So the holiday's gonna look a little different for everyone this year, and I'm happy to tell you that yes, you still can indulge in delicious holiday treats that are good for you and tasty, and love them without sacrificing your health. It's Dr. Christina here, and today I'll be sharing with you my top holiday recipes that are healthy, and it's based on our old favorites. Do you often feel like there's no point in sticking to your healthy habits over the holidays? I know this can happen for a lot of us, especially if you're working really, really hard at making the right choices and eating healthy. But there's maybe so much temptation, or you feel like you can't even enjoy the holidays with your family because you're used to these yummy, delicious, sugary, maybe less than healthy options, and you feel deprived. And you just like, forget it. It's impossible to feel healthy. Well, I'm here to tell you that in my house, we don't feel deprived, and we definitely make sure that we feel like we're indulging and celebrating, and we do it in a healthy way. And so taking our old unhealthy habits and trading them in for new healthy habits can be really empowering, and can show you that, you know, every year you could do better and better just by taking steps to being a little bit healthier and knowing that you can really enjoy the holidays without reverting back to your old unhealthy habits. So for those of you who like to have a little more alcohol around the holidays, you may be wondering, oh, what am I going to do when everyone's pulling out their wine? Now this year's going to look a little different, but if you like to celebrate, what I have found can be also very exciting is different kinds of fermented drinks like kombuchas and water kefirs, and even mixing them with mineral water. So you can have them in a really fancy glass, you know, your wine glass or your favorite champagne glass. That's what I like to do because I love champagne. And I'll pour it in there, and it'll still make me feel like I'm celebrating. I may throw some frozen raspberries in there, but you can swap out some of these things, especially if you've been working really, really hard this year at your health goals. The holidays don't have to be a time where you feel like, oh God, I'm really just not going to enjoy myself this year. You can celebrate. You can indulge a little bit if that works for your health goals and your end trajectory, but you can also just change it up and add new healthy habits. And kombucha is delicious. It's also full of fermented goodness, so different bacteria that can also be really boosting to our whole body, our overall body health, and keep us protected over the cold and flu season. I love to do turkey and grew up doing turkey with this really, it's kind of like the Eastern European version of stuffing. It's called mlinse. I have no idea what it's called in English, but I used to feel when I went gluten-free like I couldn't really enjoy it until I started I make a pan of roasted sweet potatoes. I chop them up into chunks. I'll put some shallots and I'll pit some dates, and I'll roast that at 400 for about 35 to 40 minutes with some nice coconut oil on top and some thyme and rosemary. You don't have to put all that stuff, but those dates come out chewy and delicious. Sometimes if you want to cook them a little longer, you can put them at 350, and those dates just become chewy and delicious. Those shallots are really, really good for your gut microbiome because it's full of prebiotics that feed those good microbes. So you're being really healthy. And those orange vegetables like these sweet potatoes are full of nutrients that are really good for brain chemicals and neurotransmitters. So, and it tastes really indulgent. You can throw some cinnamon on there so it feels like a little bit more festive. And I have a friend who likes to throw cloves in there. So instead of your traditional Christmas or holiday stuffing, you can look at roasted sweet potatoes, dates, shallots, cinnamon, cloves if you like. And you can really make these delicious swaps for things that you love to have and still feel like you're indulging, and actually just incorporate all of the new healthy habits that you've been using over the past month or past year, and really still enjoy your Christmas. No one ever comes to my house for a Christmas meal and feels deprived, and we don't have any processed food. The other thing that I love for treats, like little caramels. So I remember being a kid and getting a box of turtles, and they were so delicious, and I would eat them really fast, probably finish my box within a couple of days because they were so delicious. So if you like things like that and they remind you of your childhood, a simple swap that you can do that I have found works really, really well, tastes just as good and is really healthy, is to make a, what do we call them? like a healthy turtle. So you take dates and you put some pecan butter or some nuts in the date, and then you pour dark chocolate over top of it and you put that in the fridge and you let it solidify. And the date is chewy, the chocolate is delicious. It has that same feel of caramel as those turtles did, but it's much healthier. You can guilt-free eat these and also offer them to your family members, and they'll actually love it. And if you take that, darker chocolate, 65% and above, I know a lot of the research says 75%, but if we're just easing our way into a healthier chocolate and we're easing our children or our family members into it, 65%, really nice chocolate. I love to use Chocosol. They're local here in Toronto, and they make a really nice clean product. And I will melt the chocolate down, and then I'll put, I like to put pecan butter in my dates. So I get the big medjool dates and I cut them in half, and I'll just put a scoop of pecan butter, and then I'll just drizzle or pour the chocolate right on top so it covers the whole date. So when you put these on a plate, they're really fancy, like beautiful chocolate covered dates, really nutritious. The fiber is good and there's lots of vitamins and minerals. So that can be like a really healthy treat. And the last thing that I love to do, we do lots of different things, is instead of doing like a cake, sometimes we'll do like a fresh cut bowl of berries, and we may throw some pomegranate seeds in there. Berries are so beautiful and delicious, so nutrient dense. And I'll make coconut whipped cream. I grew up eating berries and whipped cream. I love whipped cream, but you can take a can of coconut cream and make coconut whipped cream and have that just to serve as a dollop on top of beautiful bowls of cherries or raspberries, and you can throw some pomegranate seeds on top, and it becomes very festive, very nutritious. You can eat this, you can serve this, and you feel like not only are you eating healthy, but the people around you that you're serving are eating healthy. So those are some of my top things. My last favorite thing to do Christmas morning now with my children is that I make a hot cacao. And really, it's like my healthy version of hot chocolate. I speak about this often. Cacao is full of polyphenols and antioxidants that are really, really healing and anti-inflammatory. And you can buy organic cacao powder and take a scoop, steam some sort of milk, whatever milk you use. We use oat milk and coconut milk in our house. So I have a little steamer that I'll steam it, and I'll throw the cacao powder in, and I'll put a little bit of honey in there. And I use a honey from a company called Beekeepers, and they have a honey called Bee Powered that actually has royal jelly, and it has propolis in it. It has a lot of really amazing superfoods. So now I've turned this beautiful cacao, this hot chocolate, this morning, Christmas morning hot chocolate, into a delicious, nutritious, and like body boosting drink. And I feel very happy serving that to my kids Christmas morning. So I hope that some of those suggestions helped you out. There are ways to stick to your healthy habits through the holidays by just being a little bit creative. The last thing I want to mention is I tried a gingerbread cookie mix from Anita's Mill last week, and all I had to add was some coconut milk, I think, and molasses. And there was no gluten in there, no dairy, was not full of all kinds of weird additives and preservatives. And they were delicious. I cut those cookies out, we had them. And so you can make healthy gingerbread cookies too. Anita's Mill, you can get them online. Those cookies were great. And for those of us who don't have a lot of time to make cookie dough, I don't tend to have a lot of time. I don't love to bake, but I love cookies. This was a really great way for me to have a nutritious option to try out, and a treat for my kids to feel like they were getting their gingerbread and feel like they're getting into the holiday spirit without, sacrificing their health, and without sacrificing, all the work that we've been doing through the year. So I hope that helped. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. If you know someone who's looking for healthier swaps, please, have them join our Facebook group. Or you can go to our website, bosnerhealth.com, and download our free e-guide. We have an e-guide for, how to radically shift the trajectory of your family's health. And we also have a 10-day health challenge that you can do for free, that you can start just taking healthier steps in your life and see how much better you can feel from day to day. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.